Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready to dive in.
Okay, awesome. So today we're tackling a story that's, well, it's pretty much legendary, Abraham and his wild journey of faith. We're going to be looking at Genesis, specifically chapter 12, verses 1 through 9, to try unpack it all. What does it really mean to follow a call even when you have no idea where you're going? And what can we, even today, what can we learn from Abraham's pretty radical trust in God?
Yeah, I mean, right off the bat, the story just throws you into this massive tension. You've got Abraham, he's 75 years old, settled in Haran. And you can just imagine he's probably got it all figured out. Comfortable life, knows everyone, and then bam, God shows up.
Yeah, talk about a life change. I mean, God basically tells him to drop everything, leave it all behind, his home, his people, his whole network. And it's not like God's giving him like a detailed roadmap or anything. It's just go to the land I will show you. That's a pretty wild leap of faith, wouldn't you say?
It is, absolutely. It really highlights the idea of trusting even when you have no guarantees, no safety net. And I think what really gets me is that the text really emphasizes just how much Abraham was leaving behind. I mean, leaving his father's household, that's not just about moving houses, right? It meant cutting ties with his lineage, his inheritance, his whole social safety net, basically. It's like he was being asked to completely redefine who he was.
Wow, yeah, I hadn't thought about it like that. It's like a total identity shift. And it says he left without question, without delay. I mean, talk about decisive action. That's got to make you wonder what was going through his head. What would make someone react so immediately like that?
It's a great question. Maybe it was just this deep, deep understanding of who was asking him to do this. The text really makes it clear this is God, the creator, speaking directly to Abraham. So there's this power dynamic there, this understanding of a higher authority. But maybe there was also this sense that he was part of something bigger than himself, like he was being called to play a role in this grand plan.
Right, and that leads us to the promise itself, which, I mean, it's pretty amazing. I mean, God promises him a great nation, a great name. But then there's this line that always gets me. It says, all peoples on earth will be blessed through you. It's like, whoa. Suddenly it's not just about Abraham anymore, right?
That's a key point. It's not just personal gain here. It suggests that Abraham's journey, it's like he's being set up to be a channel for something much, much bigger, something that's going to have a ripple effect on the whole world. And it's not just about material wealth or power either. It points to something deeper, more spiritual.
So, okay, how does this ancient story, how does it relate to us today? I mean, what might God be calling us to leave behind? Maybe not a physical place, but what about those things that keep us stuck in a rut? Like fear, self-doubt, those limiting beliefs we all have.
I think you're right on the money. It's all about recognizing what might be holding us back from truly, fully living out our potential. We all have our own heron to leave behind, our comfort zones, our routine, the things that make us feel secure. But in the end, they just keep us from growing.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. And our source material says obedience is the key to unlocking God's promises. But, I mean, let's be real. Taking that first step, that leap of faith, it can be scary. We live in a world that wants guarantees. But faith is all about trusting, even when you can't see the whole path laid out in front of you.
You said it. And maybe that's like the most powerful takeaway from Abraham's story. It's not about blind obedience. It's about being willing to move forward, to trust, even when you don't have all the answers. What if, instead of demanding those guarantees, we ask ourselves, what's one small step I can take today to show that trust?
That's a really good question to think about. Like, what would it look like for us to respond to God's call, whatever that might be for us, with that same kind of so I went attitude that Abraham had? What might happen if we take that one step of trust, of obedience, even without knowing exactly where it'll lead? That's something worth pondering.
Absolutely. Something to chew on, for sure.
Thanks for listening, everyone. And remember, every journey starts with a single step.
And who knows, that one step might just lead you to exactly where you need to be, 2029?